Good day everyone. Today we are going to talk about the power generation system of thermal plant. Thermal power plants provide almost half of the world's power demand nowadays. It converts heat energy into mechanical energy and then into electrical energy. It is the most conventional source of electrical power and is able to run with great efficiency in various environmental standards. So we will now see how a thermal power plant can achieve this in a detailed manner. Now, let us have a look at the heat rejection and heat addition of the thermal power plant. Heated water from the condenser is sprayed into the cooling tower, and this induces a natural air draft, which causes the sprayed water to lose heat. So this is how colder water is always provided at a condenser inlet. As for the heat addition, the burning coal produces many pollutants. So before releasing it into the atmosphere, the exhaust gas is cleaned with an electrostatic precipitator. It uses a high voltage static electricity to absorb the pollutant particles.
The thermal power generation process starts off in the boiler. The boiler consists of mainly three main components, namely the economizer, the steam drum, and the superheater. In the furnace, the pulverized coal is heated rapidly and burned to supply heat energy to the boiler. Water is initially fed from the feeding plant into the economizer, and the water is heated by flue gas. The heated water then channels into the downcomer, followed by the water balls to be converted to steam. The wet steam is captured while the water and steam mixture re-enters the steam drum to be separated. The steam drum acts as a phase separator, which separates steam and water droplets based upon their densities. The wet steam then enters the superheater, where it passes through a series of dryers and coils to produce a high pressure and high temperature dry steam. The dry steam then enters the turbine. The wet steam then enters the superheater, where it passes through a series of coils and dryers to produce a high pressure and high temperature dry steam. The dry steam then enters the turbine.
The dry steam enters the turbine at high temperature and high pressure. It rotates the turbine blades to gain the mechanical energy. The airfoil shape of the turbine blades increases its overall efficiency of the turbine itself. For the large capacity of the power plant, there are mainly three stages of the steam turbine, which is high pressure, intermediate pressure, and low pressure. This is to fully utilize the steam to produce a maximum output. The alternator or generator converts the mechanical energy generated by the steam turbine into electric power at specific voltage and current, also known as synchronous generator.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Forum 2020 Thermal Plant. The main objective of this forum is to educate the public about thermal plant. We have here our panel judges, Mr. Mervin Fong, Ms. Anita, and Mr. Edmus Tam. I'll address my first question to Mr. Edmus. Mr. Edmus, can you please explain to me the basic function of thermal power plant?
Okay, thank you to my moderator, Tan Sri Lim. Okay, I would like to explain to you guys what is thermal plant. The simplest explanation of thermal plant is you can see from olden days 20th century train. 20th century train is propelled by steam energy. So steam energy can use to turn something, and generator is you need turning energy to produce electricity. So thermal plant basically is burning of some material to produce a power to turn a turbine to turn the power generator. Okay, and almost all the thermal plant is using steam power. That means they boil water from fossil fuels such as coal or any type of fuel to produce a high pressure steam to turn the wind turbine. So that's all my explanation about thermal power.
Thank you, Mr. Amos, for your very informative sharing. Can you please give me a few examples of the advantages and the disadvantages of this thermal power plant?
Okay, I'll pass this question to my friend Dr. Marvin.
Thank you, Mr. Amos, for giving me a chance to talk about the advantage and disadvantage of thermal plant. I would like to talk about the advantage first. In terms of economy, it could reduce costs and increase the economy rate of the country. And for disadvantage, it will affect and pollute the environment. That's what I want to say.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin, for your sharing. The audience are now free to ask any questions.
Hi, Mr. Marvin. I'm Mr. Chong, and I would like to ask you, can you further explain about the advantage of the thermal plant and how could it save costs and push the economy of the country?
Thank you, Mr. Chong, for questioning. Okay, so just now you asked how it will help to save costs and also how it will push the economy of the country. So compare from thermal plant and hydro plant, the building cost for thermal plant is much more lesser than hydro plant. Okay, so how it help to boost the country economy? It is because when building a thermal plant, it requires a lot of people to work. So increase the employer rate, thus increase the economy of the country. That's what I want to say.
Thank you, Marvin, for your answer.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin, for your sharing, and our audience, Mr. Chong, for asking the question. So the next title will be, this thermal power plant, is it feasible in Malaysia and why? My question to Mr. Amos Tam.
Okay, thank you, Moderator Tan Sri Lim. For the time being, I will answer yes, it is feasible in Malaysia because 90% of the electricity contributors is from fossil fuel, that means thermal plant. And in Malaysia, we have the most efficient thermal plant that is in Seri Manjung, Perak. Okay, and why is it so feasible in Malaysia? Because in Malaysia, we don't have too much big sources of energy such as water energy and wind energy. So in Malaysia, we still have quite a lot of amount of coal to burn. But statistics shows that if we continue to use this thermal plant, that means the turbine powered by burning of coal, the coal will be fully depleted in 40 years time. So for now, the answer is yes, but it might not be yes forever. We should think of the new source of energy for a better future of our nation.
Thank you, Mr. Amos, for your sharing. Among the audience, is there anybody who would like to ask a question?
Me. Yeah. I would like to ask Mr. Amos about why thermal plant is the main contributor of electricity in Malaysia. Why not others renewable energy such as wind energy and others?
Okay, thank you for your question. To answer your question, why this fossil fuel power generator is so common in Malaysia and it contributes 90% of the power generation in Malaysia, it is because of our geographical factor in Malaysia. We don't have very strong wind we don't have a river with very big current. So the most suitable power generation in Malaysia is fossil fuel. And in 2013, it shows that 90% of our power generation is from thermal plant, and only 10% is from hydropower. And to answer your second question, why we do not use wind turbine as the sources of power in Malaysia? Because in Malaysia, we are experiencing two main different types of weather. There is southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon. This means if we build the wind turbine at some places, we cannot fully utilize it for the whole year round, because like in only certain months there will be wind at that place, and the rest of the year there will be no wind. So this is not the most suitable choice for us in Malaysia.
Thank you, Mr. Amos. I have gained some useful knowledge from your sharing, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amos, for your informative sharing, and our fellow audience for that very useful question. So my last question will address to Ms. Anita. Is there any steps to reduce the side effects of this thermal power plant?
Thank you, Moderator Tan Sri Lim. It has been proven that measures can be taken to reduce the pollution of thermal. For example, cooling towers can be adapted to control high temperature. How, you may ask? By transferring heat from hot water to the atmosphere by evaporation. Furthermore, cooling ponds are the best way to cool thermal discharges by heating the discharges to maximize dissipation of the atmosphere and minimize the water area. Lastly, spray ponds and artificial lakes are possible and helpful to reduce the thermal pollution. That's all from me.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Justin, and I would like to ask Ms. Anita a question. Regarding to your explanation, how many types of cooling tower are there?
Good evening, Mr. Justin. To answer your question, for now there are two types of cooling towers, which are dry cooling tower and wet cooling tower.
Besides that, other than structures, how can we reduce the side effect of thermal plant in our daily life?
There are actually many ways to reduce thermal pollution in our daily lives. The most simple way is to reduce the usage of electricity, especially in industrial areas or at home. Furthermore, you can also create an awareness in public to notify them about the thermal pollution that is happening in the global now. Does my explanation answer your question, Mr. Justin?
Yes, it's very good. Thank you.
Alright, so this concludes our forum today. I hope everybody have a great time, you learned something, you can apply and do good. Thank you, everybody.
Cut!
Pollution damages can happen in our daily lives, and to create an awareness that can tell everyone to reduce. Oh my god, what am I saying?
Mr. Amos, I have gained some.
Start.
Thank you, Amos. Mr. Amos.
是啦，今天啦，
对，还是变小掉。
喂，你小声哦。
Water area. Lastly, other steps that can be taken is the build. Oh shit! How, you may ask? By transferring heat from hot water to the atmosphere by evaporation.
Users to. So as to conclude today's thermal plant forum, come up with new renewable sources